Hello, everybody. My name is Jim Manning from SantaBoston.com, and I am one of the leading Santa Clauses in the United States. I've been featured on the Today Show, MSNBC, the cover of the Boston Herald, and I even light the tree with Mayor Menino every year on the Boston Common. So my first tip is prepare the child. You want to get them ready and pumped up and excited to see Santa Claus, and here's how you're going to do that. I want you to read some books about Santa. Sit down with your child, even a couple of months before. October's not too early to do this. You want to read some books and see some pictures with Santa. Google Images is great. There's tons and tons, millions of photos with Santa and children and happy children, and that's what you want your child to see. Look at them online. Look at these photos. Talk to the children about it. Get it in their head that they're going to visit Santa and he's this really, really great guy. When you get to where Santa is, be it at the mall or at your home, having a private visit with Santa, wherever it is, let the child warm up on their time. When Santa walks in or when they see Santa, give them a chance to kind of see where he is and get a feel for him on their own. This is really great because now you're putting them in control, which is something we'll talk about on tip number 2. And lastly, my big rule, and I'll repeat this again, never force the child to sit on Santa's lap. Really important. I see this happen a lot, and it traumatizes the child for the next year. So I hope you've enjoyed watching. This is tip number 1 on my series of how to get an amazing photo with your child and Santa. Stay tuned for tip 2 and make sure to keep watching. And check me out at SantaBoston.com. Thanks so much and have a very Merry Christmas. Hi everybody, it's Jim Manning from SantaBoston.com. I've been a professional Santa Claus for over a decade. I've been featured on the Today Show, MSNBC, and the cover of Boston Herald, and I even do the tree lighting on the Boston Common with Mayor Menino. So I created this tip series videos on how to have amazing Santa photos with your children, because I see a lot of children, about 10,000 every year, and I want to make sure you're getting the best photo you can. And this is tip number 2. Let the child be in control. So when I'm sitting there as Santa Claus, a lot of times what I see is a lot of forcing of the children up. You never want to force the children to visit Santa, but let's get into some more intricate ways on how you can make sure that your child is comfortable and yet you're getting that really awesome photo that you'll remember for years to come. Once they see Santa Claus, hopefully they're a little bit more comfortable. You're going to want to give them as many options as possible. I'm sure you do this already. Do you want to wear this set of pajamas or this set of pajamas to bed? This way the child at least feels like they have a choice, but you're also steering them towards where you want. One thing I tell all of my families that I visit in the month of December is to have another seat right next to Santa Claus. This is really great because you know what? 75% of the kids are going to sit right in my lap, and that's terrific. There's going to be some great photos. But some of the children aren't comfortable with that, and you want to give them an option, and you could still have a great photo. Trust me, most of the other professional Santas I know, and myself, we know how to coax good photos out of the kids, but you do want to keep them where they're comfortable. You want to take time. Even if you're in a situation where you feel rushed, even if you as the adult are feeling pressure, just remember these are your children and they're moving at a slower pace, and that's okay. You want to coax them, but you don't want to push them too much. Let them go at their own time. If they're walking towards Santa even a little bit slowly, that's a really good thing. Lastly, never force them to sit on Santa's lap. I can't emphasize this enough. Definitely they can stand. Santa could stand with them. You could be up there with them. I'm seeing a lot of photos like this, and it's okay. When they're 2, 3, and 4, they don't quite understand the magic of Santa. But hopefully, if the experience goes positive this year, it'll be even better next year. So I hope you've enjoyed watching. My name is Jim Manning. I'm from SantaBoston.com. I hope you have a terrific holiday season. Thanks so much, and have a great day. Hi everybody, it's Jim Manning from SantaBoston.com. I've been a professional Santa Claus for over a decade. I've been featured on the Today Show, MSNBC, the cover of the Boston Herald, and every year I light the Christmas tree with Mayor Menino in the Boston Common. Today we're going to be talking about how to have an amazing photo with your child and Santa Claus. And this is tip number 3 on my tip series videos on how to have an amazing photo with Santa. Okay folks, you've gotten them prepared. You've coaxed them towards Santa. They're ready to take that photo. Now let's talk about what you can do to really get that amazing shot. First things first, the 5-second rule. Folks, even with the oldest child, I will tell you those first 5 seconds are key, and especially with the younger children. Those first 5 seconds is when the child is still adjusting. You might get a smile, you might not, but I want you to take a photo immediately. The biggest mistake I see parents make is they wait for the perfect shot, and let me tell you, a lot of times that perfect shot isn't coming. You really want the best one you can get right in that moment, because then there's time afterwards to try and get that child to pose, but a lot of times they will be uncomfortable, they will be be fidgety, they might even cry a little bit. So those first 5 seconds, that 5-second rule, I really want you to grab that shot then. Keep in mind, you're using a digital camera, so at this point you want to take as many shots as possible, get that shot within the first 5 seconds, then just keep shooting away. Remember, the key is quantity at first, then you'll get quality afterwards. The more shots you have, the better. So that's my tip number 3, the 5-second rule. Make sure to get those shots really quickly. I'm Jim Manning from SantaBoston.com. Thanks for watching and have a Merry Christmas. Hi everybody, it's Jim Manning from SantaBoston.com, and today I'm going to teach you how to get amazing photos with your child and Santa. Now, I've been a professional Santa for over 10 years, featured on the Today Show, MSNBC, and the cover of the Boston Herald, and every year I have the pleasure of lighting the Christmas tree with Mayor Menino on the Boston Common. So I see about 10,000 children every year, and I'm going to share some tips today, tip number 4 actually, on how to get a great photo with your child and Santa. Let's talk about one way you can get them to give you a great photo, and that is poses. I'm talking some really fun stuff. There's some great Santa photos that I've had over the years, and a lot of them are just really good, genuine smiles. Number 1, be clicking away the whole time. You've got digital camera, use that. You and your photographer will definitely be taking lots of photos. You want quantity at first, quality second, but poses are a really good way to do it. One little trick I use is to have the child say a word. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. Don't say cheese, because here's why. When you say cheese, you end a little bit strange. I want a word that ends with the letter E. Monkey, turkey, sushi. The other thing too is these are words that make kids giggle, and that's where you're going to get the really genuine photograph. It makes me laugh when I see the children laughing at Santa. So you definitely want that. So turkey, monkey, sushi. Those are 3 great words to use. Also, a couple little things too. Don't be afraid to have your child stand with Santa Claus, especially the teenagers or any adults that are taking photos. And I say this on every video. Never force the child to sit on Santa's lap. Some will be comfortable, some won't. Let's give the child a choice. I'm Jim Manning from SantaBoston.com. I want to thank you for watching. Stay tuned for tip number 5 on how to have an amazing photo with Santa. And visit me at SantaBoston.com. Thanks so much and have a Merry Christmas. Hello everybody, it's Jim Manning from SantaBoston.com, and today I'm going to share with you my 5th tip on how to get amazingly successful photos with your children and Santa. Now, I've been a professional Santa for over 10 years. I've been featured on the Today Show, MSNBC, and I've even been on the cover of the Boston Herald. Every year I light the tree in the Boston Common with Mayor Menino, and I see over 10,000 children a year as Santa. So I'm going to share some tips with you on how to get some amazing photos with your child. And today's tip is about babies. Now, babies are really cute. I see some awesome photos, but there's definitely a few things you can do to get that great photo with the child. Number 1, feed your child ahead of time. Make sure they are as comfortable as they can be, and food is a big help with that. Also, you want to make sure they have a clean, dry diaper. You want them to be as comfortable as possible. You also want to make sure they're in comfortable clothing. When choosing your child's outfit, your baby's outfit for Christmas and the holiday season, make sure it's something comfortable that they'll want to wear. When you're approaching Santa with your baby, if you're in line at the mall or you're at a private party, keep the child face towards you and away from Santa. This way you don't get them too overwhelmed. You want to bounce them in your hands, talk to them a little bit. This is something I have most moms and dads do. And then when it's time to take the photo, you put them right on Santa's lap, still facing you. You back away slowly, but make sure to keep focus on the child, keep them distracted. And again, the 5-second rule. Take those photos immediately. In fact, you should have the baby and somebody else should have the camera. That's the ideal situation. Fire those photos away quickly because the child might figure out they're on Santa's lap, and sometimes they're not too thrilled with that. So take as many photos as you can immediately, and then give Santa a chance. Most Santas are pretty professional. We're used to dealing with crying babies if they do get upset, and we could still sometimes coax them into it, but that first 5 seconds is key. My name is Jim Manning. I'm from SantaBoston.com, professional Santa Claus. I hope you enjoyed this tip series. Visit me on SantaBoston.com and let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything else I can do. Thanks so much, and have a very Merry Christmas.